I think the best way to understand Berklee College of Music is, for lawyers, it's Harvard. For musicians, it's Berklee. So, I mean, some of the most prestigious musicians in the world have gone there. And it was a very exciting thing for me to be accepted and to get a scholarship. But there's something I want to tell you. You never go, like, you know when someone is standing at the corner and they're about to chop a kick? You don't go where the ball is. You go where it's about to land. And even at that point, that was 2014, I knew that there was something special happening in Kenya. And as prestigious as going to Boston was, I said, I don't want to miss out on whatever movement, whatever wave. I could already feel the rumblings of, you know, this was before Gengeton. This was before our sort of our renaissance or whatever. And I have no regrets. You know, it really was a good decision.
You've also have an interesting background where you've schooled in many countries. You've traveled literally all over the world. What influence does that have on your music and on your persona?
You know what, Anto? At first I didn't think it really had an influence. But now when I'm writing is when I begin to hear it, because people say they tell me that my music, they can't place it. Like it has influences from a lot of different places, you know, and you know, this is not something that I consciously do. I think it just comes out. So when you're a musician, you reach a point where when you're writing, you're just the sum of your experiences, of your skill, of your associates. And so now is when I'm really beginning to hear a little bit of Senegal, you know, a little bit of Zambia, a little bit of Vancouver, a little bit of the US. And I think it makes it so that there's an infinite amount of influences that I can tap into for my music.
And in Kenya, who are some of the contemporaries that you sort of get inspired by, or you look up to them and you're like, this person really makes me feel a certain way?
I think I'm a long time Just a Band fan. And then, of course, that's now transitioned into a Blinky Bill fan. The reason why I like Blinky is because he just makes the music that he feels like making. And
how comes by the you guys haven't done a song together?
You know, I don't know. A lot of people have said we need a collaboration between Tetu Shani and Blinky.
You know, I always do this. Let me just keep telling us about Blinky. I'll see if I'll get him. I'm lucky that my friends pick my phone calls at night. But Blinky's, I also know Blinky is the type for say unanipigia late Buddha. So let's try and see if we'll get him, because I've always asked myself, how come this collaboration has not happened? What is the problem? So why Blinky again?
He's just really dope. He makes the music that he wants to make. He's creative, he takes risks. And he's just a really dope dude.
Do you think that's sustainable, being different, being unique, not going, so he's here. Blinky Bill!
Hello, sir.
What's up? Blinky Bill, I'm calling you live on NTV.
Ati?
Yeah, I'm call live on NTV.
NTV?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason I've called you is because, without notice, is because there's this gentleman, I'm sure by now you know him, he's called Tetu Shani.
Yes.
And every time I check online, even some of his music videos, the comments, everyone is like, yo, this guy should do a collab with Blinky Bill. So first, do you know Tetu Shani?
I know Tetu Shani.
And so I'm putting you on the spot here. What will it take for the two of you to get in studio together?
When the time comes, we'll work.
When it's perfect timing.
When it's perfect. I mean, sifosisha vibes.
Hakuna kufosisha vibes. But anasema yeye ni fan wako mkubwa sana. So so let's make it happen somehow.
Sawa man.
Haya sawa. Kwa heri, na ujue kuna kafi. So sijui mbona tunasikia kelele penye huko msee.
Sasa. Wewe uko in 11:15.
Hizi niko nini?
Nimepicall nikifikiria unaibiwa mahali. Umefikiria tu naweza ita mabouncer wangu wakuja kukusaidia.
Sasa unaweza kuchoma niko live TV msee. Ni nini? Anyway, thank you Blinky, good night. Haya poa. Yeah, so I hope that vibe actually ends up happening.
Yeah, I hope so too.
That's a good thing,
it is.
So yeah, do you ever feel like you're taking a risk with the kind of music you do, because it's what we call niche? So before Kenyans understand you, they'll be like, ule msee wa ma guitar, until they get to a point of now naming you, calling you by your name. What sacrifices have you made to just be you?
It's a question I get a lot, you know, what is it like creating the music that I do? And it's, you know, it's music that isn't necessarily mainstream or not necessarily for the club.
Yeah.
And I think my answer is there's always got to be someone to do it first.
Yeah.
And the truth be told is that right now I think I have grace to be a pioneer.
Yeah.
I think, you know, until being a pioneer comes with a lot of struggle. It comes with a lot of feeling like an outsider, feeling misunderstood.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the same time, I just want to acknowledge, you know, my people who hold it down for me. You know, I've got an incredible fan base. It might not be the biggest fan base in Kenya, but I know that there are people who love me. I almost know them by name.
Wow.
And they support me and they listen to my music and they tell people about me.
Yeah.
And you know, all it takes is just one thing to create a catalyst. One catalyst to push me over into this amazing space. And I think I'm very close to that.
Wow.
I think
when we come back, we're talking about Empower 100. Yeah. And in fact, let's end by, let me understand what it's meant for the foreign audiences to sort of, I feel like they show you a lot of love, including Empower 100. What does that mean for you? Has it actually helped you? And one of the most interesting things that has happened to you is that you got an email from people from Netflix. Yeah, so let's start with the foreigners and then get into Netflix.
So for the people who don't know, Empower 100 was a competition, a Pan-African competition put on by Mr. Easy to sort of try and identify like the top sort of emerging artists. And the reward was if you make it into the top 100, you win $3,000 US. That goes towards shooting a music video.
Yeah.
So I did it, and you know, what we had to do is submit like 30 seconds like on Instagram. And I did that, and I just had my fingers crossed because I was just like, you guy, I don't know if this is gonna happen, you know. I'm older. Guys need to know, like I'm 35, yo. Like
I saw you're a Scorpio.
Yeah,
you're born just
in November 6th.
3 days before me.
Really?
Yeah, on the 9th.
Bro, we catch a lot of flack, bro. I don't know, people talk mad stuff
about
Scorpios.
We're
easy guys.
Imagine.
We're easy guys.
Yeah.
So I did it and I got in, and it was just a really cool opportunity to be able to, first of all, get that validation, but also get that chums.
Wow.
Because in this country, I would say that you can create good music, but good music without a dope video can only go so far.
To only go between your friends.
Exactly,
hey, you have a nice song.
Exactly. So I was grateful for that. I mean, it also taught me a couple of things. You know, it taught me about how there's, you know, there's that Ghanaian, Nigerian supremacy. And the Kenyans, we had a lot to prove, and we did it. You know, I think we turned out as some of the best performers out of that whole whatever. And that was bragging rights, man, because, you know, sometimes there was a little bit of disrespect that we felt. Yeah. Kenya is, you know, a country that is not necessarily on the map when it comes to mainstream music, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, you know, people like Nikita Kering, Karun, myself, Boutros, you know, just people really brought their A game. Yes.
And you got an email from someone from Netflix or from someone who has a show on Netflix. Yeah. Explain this to us, because there's a thing also about you, the way you tweet. Yeah. I always feel like you're saying more than you're saying. Like when you say pink is my favorite color, I'm like, I think he just wants Chokoza people, and then probably the whole next music video for Asante Sana will be in pink. So there's a way I've also summed you. But tell us about, because I think it's important for us to own our wins.
Absolutely.
And this month we're celebrating mental health awareness. And one of the things about it is imposter syndrome, where you feel like, I don't deserve the things that I have. So you end up in a cocoon, you end up not doing the best that you can. So you got an email from someone about Netflix or Netflix. Tell us. Let me not say tell us.
Yeah. So the first thing to kind of help you understand is when a show or a movie is looking to put, you know, to get synchronization for their production or whatever, it's very challenging to look for individuals, because there are so many musicians.